You guys gotta go backwards. I'm gonna find the actual email. I might have written it. I don't know.
All right. Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Thumbs up.
Probably all the way.
Duncan's still trying to log in.
Oh, Ricky.
Because it would be somehow for the archive. Because I just deleted it. I didn't have it.
All right.
Let's see, we have got 1, 2, 3.
Could be, I mean, probably archived.
There are 3 of us here, and Duncan's still
Yeah.
trying to
I'll just
log in.
shout.
Joyce, are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. I'm gonna lower your hand. You've raised your hand.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what I was doing.
That's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Ona's coming in. Hi, Ona. Can you hear me? Let's see. Ona, I see you've joined the meeting, but I don't see a microphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Andrew, for Ona, I can't hear her. And for her to be able to chime in.
yeah, you can ask her to start the video. She may be also calling in on a separate number. Is it? Can you screen and see if there's anybody else on, like their phone numbers now?
No, it's
You can. I would text, like chat her. And
Ona, I've sent a message asking you to start the video if you can hear me. But maybe we just group chat you. Looking for. Sorry, everybody. Walk through this. Let's see who this is. And who is that just signed in with 8415?
That's Ona McLaughlin.
Hi, Ona. Okay. So that might be what we're looking for. And I'm going to put you back on mute just like everybody else, but I'll unmute you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Actually. All right. So, hi, everybody. Colleen, can I get you to do the minutes?
Already.
Thank you. Duncan, are you giving up?
Andrew gave up too.
Okay. Duncan came over for technical help and it didn't work. He's over here at our house. Okay. I think just making sure we are recording. It is 7:05 and everybody, thanks for your patience. This is the first Zoom meeting we've had to do for the Historic District. We'll do our best, but I'm going to actually unmute my members because we're going to need to discuss the minutes and everything.
Okay.
Let's see.
I can take.
And
I can't take a seat in minutes.
All right, so call to order. It is 7:06. We'll take roll. Duncan?
Yes.
He's here. Diana? Is not here. I'm here. Colleen?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yes.
And Chip is not here. Ona? Here. Oh, maybe I unmute you. There. Ona, you're there?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, and Mark. I don't see Mark. Okay. Do we have a motion to seat our alternates?
So moved.
Thank you, Colleen. Second? Duncan, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so our alternates are, Ona, you're seated.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. Before we get started, if you're from the public and you have a comment that you'd like to share, you can raise your hand and I can unmute you. No pressure. We'll be around for a while. Everybody looks okay. I don't see any hands up. I'm trying to scroll through everybody. Actually, I'm going to change the view. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Can we please review and accept the agenda? Did everybody get my emails about the agenda?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a motion?
Yes. Yes. Motion to review?
And accept? Is that Joyce?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Joyce.
Yep.
Second?
Second,
Multiple. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Okay. Agenda is accepted. Review and accept the minutes from the February 2020 meeting. Did everybody have a chance to look through those? Duncan, there. Okay. Did anybody have any comments? Do we need to make any changes? Good. We can have a motion.
Motion?
Thank you. Second. Duncan seconds. All in favor of approving the minutes is submitted? Aye.
Aye.
Minutes. All right. We need a motion to open the public hearing for APCO number 428, Lawrence Williams at 426 Main Street to install a picket fence. Is there a motion?
So move.
All right. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So, public hearing is opened at 7:09. Lawrence, Lisa, I'm clicking ask to unmute so you can speak and you can just tell everybody what your idea is. I'm going to hold up the plan for everybody to see.
So basically, we want to put a 3-foot high picket fence on the south side of the house running towards the property line. Let's see, that in the southerly direction that's set back from the street. Yes, right there to the bump out there that's part of the living room over to the edge line to catch the other fence so that I'll have a picket fence facing Main Street. And then on the opposite side of the house to enclose a air conditioner condenser motor that's there and on the Main Street side and on the driveway side. So it'll be an L-shaped enclosure. And there's then there's another one. I'm sorry, I think I left it off. That's at the back that would be running from the what is that, northwest corner of the house back to the garage in an L-shaped pattern.
Back this way. That's probably outside of the district for whatever that's worth. But okay.
And it'll be approximately 3 feet high and narrow pickets that would be roughly 3 inches wide, 3 inches, 6 inches on center, 3-inch gap between them. Similar to the fence that's at 253 Main Street.
That's Duncan's house.
Yes. Though the posts won't be of the same scale, but it'll be similar. And it'll be painted white by next year. I want to let it age first before I paint the green wood.
What materials, Lawrence?
It'll be treated 2x4 stringers, rails there with 4x4 post with a cap, and then a picket fashioned out of what is it, like 5/8 by 3 by 3 foot pickets with points at the end.
Are those pickets cedar or AZAC?
They'll be treated lumber.
Oh, okay. So you do have to let them weather before you can do
Right.
it.
And I was planning on seeing if I could stain them first, and just to, so they don't look bright green for the next year. I was hoping to get them a little silver gray at first and then go with the white to match the house.
That's fine. Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Comments? All right. If y'all are done with questions and comments, is there a motion to close public hearing?
So move.
Thank you.
Move.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Ona moves. Duncan seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Public hearing closed at 7:13. Motion to reopen the regular meeting.
So move.
Second?
Second.
All right. In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So, anybody have any other comments from the commission?
It seems right down our alley, so I'd be inclined just to make a motion to approve it as submitted.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments? Andrew, I need a power cord pronto. Let's see. Thank you, honey. All right. All those in favor of approving as submitted?
Aye.
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 Thanks, love. Opposed? All right, you're good, Lawrence and Lisa. Okay. There. So let's go on to our next public hearing, APCO 429, Karen Beatty at 68 Main Street to replace the deck. Is there a motion to open public hearing?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Opposed? What is wrong with me? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, public hearing for APCO 429 is opened at 7:15. So let's see, I need to get Karen to unmute. You can talk about, I've asked you something. Oh, there we are, ask to unmute. Karen, are you getting the message?
There we go.
Okay.
Now it works.
All right, so I will hold your application up while you describe it. This is as good as it gets right now. All right.
Well, 68 Main Street is the house that is on the south end of the town green, at the top of Canfield Lane. The Durham Fair actually owns the house and we rent it out to a family. It's the house that used to have the nursery school many years ago. There was a deck that was put on by the back porch door at that time when they renovated the house to make it a nursery school, and they used some really subpar materials. It was just regular bare wood and nails. And since then, and especially in the last year or so, it has started to fall apart. Our tenant has actually fallen through the steps a couple times, did not get hurt. They've tripped on the deck. The rails on the sides of the deck are just falling off. And so it's more hazard. And it was a pretty dangerous situation that we needed to take care of. What kind of questions do you? I do have a letter from our tenant if you would like to hear that.
Well, we believe you that it was falling apart.
Okay. We want to replace that with, better lasting materials. Obviously, that deck only lasted 10 years. So we're putting down the composite decking for the flooring and the steps, and the PVC, what is that?
PVC railing.
PVC railing and posts around the deck.
It is also a primary entrance and exit for all the tenants. They don't normally use their front entrance that much.
Yeah. This is my husband, Bob. Both of us are the representatives for the fair.
We're the landlords.
We're like the landlords for the fair for their rental properties.
Does anybody have any questions for them?
I assume, it might be obvious, but I assume you use pressure treated framing.
Yes.
Framing
yes.
is, the framing is all pressure treated. It's on sonotubes.
Yeah, no, I looked at it, it looked well built.
Oh, you already stopped and looked?
Well, from the car.
Yep. Yeah, we had to kind of put a rush on it because it was in that bad a shape that we were afraid that our tenants and his family were going to get hurt. And it's the only project that the fair is going to take and do this year because of no fair, obviously.
Are there any other comments, questions?
I saw your railing system. I'm just curious what manufacturer that was.
I would have to check with the carpenter or the builder to put it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's all right. It looked, good from a distance.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I've leaned on it, pushed on it. It's
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
We did also have to do some repairs to actually replace the deck on the sill of the porch itself was all rotted.
Yeah.
And it was pretty shoddy work that was done there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the view from, I don't know if you can see it.
You probably really can't see it that well.
If you can see it that well from the road. You can barely see it from the road. This is the view from the side. It's kind of hard to. I don't know.
Anybody's welcome to go over there and take a look.
Just for the board members, I drove by and it is somewhat visible from the street, not really otherwise, but it was copacetic. It looked fine from my.
If it was the front porch, yes, I would say we'd have to do it all in wood.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I drove by also. This is Joyce. I drove by too to look at it, and I was wondering about it because it looks so new.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess it is new. It got done, but
Yeah,
it definitely needed to for a safety aspect. I think
Yes.
that's fine.
We kind of ended up with the cart in front of the horse on it.
Yeah, we kind of rushed it too, there, it was just so dangerous, and you know,
Yes.
we were really afraid that the kids were going to fall through, and we had the availability of our contractor to do the work. So, yeah, we went for it.
Okay. But it looks fine to me. I could barely see it from the street. So it looks great.
Thank you.
I have one other question, but it'll be after your vote about another particular item on that property. But I'll let you vote first.
All right. Is there any other comments or questions? All right. Motion to close the public hearing. Is there a
So
second?
move.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Public hearing closed at 7:22. Motion to reopen regular meeting.
So moved.
So
Motion
move.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Comments?
I'll pitch in. We in the past have had the precedent of approving the Trex type synthetic decking because, you know, the nature of modern wood these days isn't what it used to be.
Right.
We're trying to accept reality. And we've also, as with the church here in the center of town, this center of town, we approved a railing which is similar to what you're doing. And there's quite a variety in railing systems, but yours and the church one seem like the better version of what's available. So we've already, you know, bent our thinking to go with the man-made products, you know, with the historic look to them. So from my point of view, it was a pretty good looking railing system, and the work in general, as I could see from 20 feet away, looked good. So that's my comment.
Any other members?
And then the other thing, you know, I mean, you mentioned cart before the horse, but just keep in mind that we can expedite things possibly, but keep the horse in front of the cart next time.
All right. Are there any other comments? Can I get a motion?
Move we approve.
I make a motion to approve it as submitted and as, in fact, as built. That's the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
That's Ona. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. You're good with the deck. Thank you. Let's see. We'll get his question when it's back to public comment. Yeah, no, it's okay. All right, old business. I don't have any old business. Does anybody have any old business that they needed to bring up?
Well,
I've got some old, this is new. The horse fence is new.
oh, okay. Never
Oh,
mind.
that's what I was going to mention too.
But if nobody else has any old business, we'll move to new business. We've got 3 different things. One, there was a horse fence that was put up. We'd approved a fence between the Riot property and the property just south of them. They were replacing a chain link fence on Main Street. And we'd approved that. That didn't go in, but instead a horse fence went across, like down Main Street, which wasn't what we approved. So we've kind of gone back and forth a bit. Duncan stopped by to try to talk to the owner. They were not there. He left a letter for them that received no response. He text messaged the owner based on, or emailed them based, no, it was text message, based on the application, the original application. And they told him never to contact him again. So we moved over to the town and let Dick McManus know what was going on. So he stepped in to help with that. He's written a letter to them and delivered, I think, in person and through the mail, and talked with the realtors because the house is now up for sale. So in the meantime, since then, since Dick stopped by, the rails have come down, but not the posts. And I haven't heard anything from the owner. We've asked, just let us know what, what's going on, but you need to have approval for anything that is, this is not what we approved. So we'll see. But that's where that stands. Colleen, did you have any questions?
That's 303, right? 303 Main Street?
Yeah, it's like 303, 305. It's two because they're one right in front of the other. But yes.
Okay.
He lives
And,
in the,
and one of the vertical poles has actually fallen down.
yeah.
It was a lousy job in general.
Yeah, so we have one down.
7 to go, something like that. Anyway, so that's where that stands. I was told recently that the Planning and Zoning Commission's going to start discussing, or they have been discussing, drive-throughs in town again. And, that's just putting that out there so everybody knows that that's on their agenda. And then there was also talk of changing the retail space requirements in town. So right now we're topped out at 30,000 square feet for retail. And the owner of the property where the Price Chopper was proposed to go in on the north side of the commercial area has asked that it be upped to 38,000 square feet and hopes that a large grocery chain might be approved there. For reference, the groceries like Roberts in Madison, that's like 25,000 square feet. So like a Roberts would fit there now, but the larger ones would. So anyway, I'm just putting that out there as something that was asked to be shared. And I think that's about it. We've clearly not had any applications lately since February. So
I have an issue. I don't know how many of you read all of the answers that were given to the Economic Development Commission did a survey. And if you go online, you can read every single answer that was given. And the only thing that bothered me was that a lot of, a number of residents complained about the looks of the historic district. And I thought about writing something for the Town Times, but then I thought better about that. But I don't know if people realize that the historic district is mainly privately owned businesses, privately owned properties, and not, there are a few churches and public properties, but it's mostly privately owned properties, and we actually cannot force anyone to do something to their property. All we can do is make a judgment on something that they want to, that they come to us because they're planning to do, but we cannot force anyone to improve their property in any way. I'm just throwing that out there so we all know what people in town are thinking.
And Ona, the worst offender on all of Main Street is the town, the two buildings.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Typically, when people complain about the way things look, it is because of the houses north and south of the firehouse, and because of the appearance of the Grange, which is zoned commercial, but they haven't managed to figure out what's going in there. And you're right, there's nothing we can do except to pursue a demolition by neglect, which we've discussed.
Yes.
But because the town is the worst offender, we haven't actually managed to come up with a way to do that kindly.
And
But
Laura,
we do have that card. We're holding that card.
Yeah.
And we could do that at some point in the future.
Laura is painfully aware of the dilemma.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I'll-
especially at the economics right now, I don't think that any of those improvements will be made anytime soon. But anyway, does anybody else have any other comments?
What is the deal with the house where the kind of Superfund cleanup site was, the white one that had part of the side is gone?
Josh is working on that. Pretty much there's nothing he can do to make it anywhere near habitable until they can get the water supply in. So maybe you missed the meeting he came to for approval. He has a stepwise fashion of what needs doing right now, and what is like, he's got it really well timed out as far as I felt like. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I was just curious.
Yeah, so we approved the kind of his overall plan. It was kind of taking down some of the attachments that were, the appendages that weren't original. I think he had to do some chimney work, so he had to take the chimney down to rebuild it. There was a bunch of stuff like that, like the beams and sills and stuff. He's working on those kind of the bones of the house first, and then as water comes in, then you'll be able to do something. But there's no water, you can't have a well there.
Oh, that makes sense.
So there's no water supply. So it's kind of waiting for water to really make it worth his while to do much to it. Plus, it's no small feat to take that house on. So.
Oh my goodness, no. I mean, just the fact that someone's working on it is awesome.
So yeah, the Edingers own that, and I don't know if you know, Colleen, they live in the gray house two doors north. Yeah. Anyway, any other questions? All right. Oh, we'll be there in just a minute. We can reopen public comment, and I will. I see that Karen has raised her hand, so I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hi, Bob has a question about around 68.
68 Main Street, when they put that nursery school in, if I have my way, and if it's okay with the historic district, I'd like to take down that 4-foot or 3-foot high chain link fence around that yard.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
That was supposed to have been taken down, and they.
Oh, what?
It was absolutely supposed to have been taken down when they put the wooden fence up. They gave us some baloney thing that said, "Oh, the state says it has to stay there." It was smoke. They blown smoke.
Wow.
We just learned this good news. I'd like to take the chain link down and along with the wood and not replace any of it.
Well, slow up a little, take the chain link down. That wood was supposed to, Hans, what's his last name?
Pedersen.
Yeah, he put that up, and he talks an awful lot. But
Well, yeah, actually the fair put it up. Hans didn't pay for any of that wooden fence.
no, I know, but it was approved to be painted, and it was never painted. But
Right.
So don't go taking anything down. If you even consider taking it down, you'd have to apply.
For the
Okay.
Even for the chain link.
The chain link was supposed to have gone anyway, but somebody gave us some baloney
The
answer.
song and the dance.
Do we need to do another application to take down that chain link fence?
No,
No,
Okay,
you can
thank
change
you.
it down if you want to change the wood. I think Duncan's saying
The wood is looking a little sad,
Yeah, so
actually.
it will be an application like this where 5 minutes.
Yeah. we would have to go to the executive committee and the directors to get approval to take it down anyways, but I just finished painting a garage. I'm not ready to paint Ferris fence for free.
So yeah, that you're welcome to take down the chain link though.
The fence,
Okay, thank you. That will be coming down then, when it gets a little bit cooler out.
the fence was put there entirely for the nursery school.
For the
Right,
nursery school.
Right,
No physical need for it without the
No.
right. And our tenants don't like it either. They don't want it to be there, so.
But just if you're gonna take it down, you have to ask to take it
The
down.
wooden one,
The wood.
The
yeah.
wooden one
The
will,
wooden
yeah,
one,
we'd
yeah.
have to get approval from
right.
the association to start with anyways, but
All right.
I'm sure I'm not gonna find any volunteers from there to paint.
Should be an Eagle Scout project.
I don't know, that fence is pretty rough now.
It's pretty sad.
All right. Rick,
Thank you.
yeah, no worries. Rick, I see you are raising your hand. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Let's see.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, I'd like to have you elaborate on Ona's comment about the card that they hold. I missed the first part of that.
So the Historic District Commission has the authority. We can't tell people to, just because we think that the paint needs, is peeling and they need to repaint, but that's not something we can do. We can't tell them that you need a new roof because it's hit 30 years and it's time. That's not our authority. But what we do have authority by the state statute is to prevent demolition by neglect, which means that if somebody is intentionally letting a building fall in on itself because they don't want the building there, but they want the property, that's something we have the authority to prevent, because our state statute gives us the power to, the whole reason we're here is to protect the appearance of Main Street and as a whole, and the buildings individually. So if you're trying to demolish your building, if you come to us and ask to knock down, say, Colleen's house, we wouldn't approve it. And if she just, decided to stop taking care of the building and that sort of thing until it falls in, that's also not allowed. That's what that means.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any comments or questions? I see there's a Carol here, but I don't know who Carol is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. All right, well, if that is it, then we can have a motion to adjourn.
Hello.
Duncan's moving, is there a second?
Second.
I think that sounded like an all in favor. All in favor?
Yes.
All in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, opposed? All right, meeting's closed at 7:39. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.